Yo, what's up everybody? Cyrese, time for another video. In this one, we're talking about the Ultimate Skinny Guy Transformation Checklist. This one's pretty cool. It's got some good info for you to check out. Just a real quick thing. If you are a young, natural, skinny guy trying to build drug-free muscle, this video is for you. If you are not one of those things, this video is not for you. So a little bit of proof. I used to be that skinny guy for sure. First 15 years of my life, I was pretty skinny. But now, I've transformed my body. Using this exact checklist, I've gone from completely skinny to putting on some real decent size. Like you can see here, I used to be pretty skinny. This is me here on the left. And, I was able to put on some decent size, get pretty shredded, a couple of back photos. And I was able to do this completely drug-free, all natural, no drugs at all. But now, where I am now, I've been lifting for 15 years. It's a completely drug-free natural, so you can imagine I've learned a lot. 15 years. I've also got a decade's worth of research on this. So this is everything from training, nutrition, recovery, optimization, sleep, food, diet, supplements, vitamins, form, technique. It's a lot. I do this on my free time, so I don't just do I do this for fun too. Like I love lifting, I love training, I love fitness. And between 10 years of learning, it's a lot, like I've spent time reading books, documents, articles, watching documentaries, watching movies, paying for courses. Like I've literally bought so many courses over the years. I've lost track of how many courses and programs I've bought when it comes to training. But I've spent thousands of dollars on courses. So from each single course I've taken over the years, I've got a golden tidbit from each one. So they're not all bad, and I've learned things here and there, and it kind of amalgamates to one giant brain of knowledge on this stuff. So I wish I had something cooler in my head, but it's just about a bunch of fitness stuff. So basically now I'm trying to share that information with as many people as I can. I also helped skinny guys go from super skinny to putting on good size, just like I have myself. And I've also helped people go from fat to skinny as well too. So I've helped guys lose weight for guys who need kind of help with that. So the goal for this video is to kind of show you guys a checklist that will help for your transformation, help you guys go from skinny to shredded as well too, help you guys stop guessing, start seeing consistent results, help you get actual real muscle gains for the first time. I also want you guys to get some strength, some confidence, and build the physique that you actually deserve. And the plan for this video is to kind of show you some essential steps that every skinny guy needs. I'll go over this guide with you, the checklist itself. I'll just basically show you the direct path that you guys need to take in order to actually start seeing results if you're a young natural skinny guy trying to build drug-free muscle. So another thing here, maybe you're feeling lost, you're unsure where to start, maybe you're overwhelmed by conflicting fitness advice, maybe you're working hard but you're still not seeing any results, maybe you're tired of being stuck, feeling small. I know what all that's like. I've been there too. That stuff sucks and it makes you want to quit the gym, and the last thing you want to do is quit, because I promise you, if you quit, you'll never achieve your goals in the first place. So on the other hand, what I want you to do instead is imagine waking up knowing your exact plan for growth. So in other words, you know exactly what you're going to do every day, every time you go to the gym. That way you're not going in guessing around, wasting time. Like you actually know what you're going to do. Imagine what it would feel like to go in the mirror, wake up in the morning, and every time you wake up, you actually see yourself getting bigger, actually seeing yourself putting on size for once. I promise you, once you start seeing that, there is no better feeling, and that's when fitness and training becomes completely addicting and it becomes super fun. For those of you who are skinny and you've seen that happen, you know what that's like. But for those of you who are still skinny and you're struggling to put on muscle, I promise you it's so fun. You're going to love it. So if these kind of things sound cool, if you like these kind of videos as well too, I've got plenty more just like it. You can check that out in the link in the description below, completely free for you to check out. So let's go over these checklist items. Let me minimize them really quick. That way we can just go through them one by one. Checklist item number 1, precision nutrition. Kind of rhymes there, a little bit of a bar. Precision nutrition. So let's talk about it. There's a couple of things that are included for when it comes to precision nutrition. We'll talk about them right now. A couple things are a consistent caloric surplus. This is every day, of course. Adequate protein intake as well too, and focusing on nutrient-dense foods. So let's talk about them one by one. Consistent caloric surplus. For those of you who don't know, what is this? Consistent caloric surplus is basically when you figure out your maintenance calories And for those of you who don't know as well too what maintenance calories are, I'll briefly explain it. Maintenance calories are exactly what they sound like. They're the amount of calories that you would eat every day for your body to maintain its weight. In other words, if you ate your maintenance calories every day, you're not going to go up in weight, you're not going to lose weight. That's why they're called maintenance calories. So a caloric surplus is also exactly what it sounds like. Instead of eating your maintenance calories every day to where you don't gain weight, you don't lose weight, you're eating in a caloric surplus. So you're basically eating above whatever number your maintenance calories would be in order for you to gain weight. I'll give you an example. Say you figure out your maintenance calories and your maintenance calories is 3,000. So if you eat anything above that, you could eat 100, 200, 300 calories above that. Typically it would be 500. So say you're eating 3,500 calories above your maintenance calorie. You're eating 3,500 calories every day. That's a caloric surplus because you're 500 calories above your maintenance calories. And it works the same way too if you want to lose weight. So say your maintenance calories is 3,000, for example. If you want to lose weight, you would just eat under that each day. And pretty much the more significant the gap is between your maintenance calories and what you're eating for the day, that's how effective it's going to be. So if you eat 2,500 calories every day and your maintenance is 3,000, then you're going to start to lose weight. That's as simple as it is. That's the science behind it. Like literally that's the physics of it. If you eat less than your if you eat less than your maintenance calories, you'll lose weight. If you eat more than your maintenance calories, then you'll gain weight. That's how it goes. So the next thing is adequate protein intake. Let's talk about this. I'll make it super simple for you guys. If you're a young, natural, skinny guy trying to build drug-free muscle, there's a chance that you're probably still skinny and you don't really weigh as much. That's okay. I'll explain to you guys how to figure this out. So basically, you take however much you weigh in pounds and you eat that amount in grams. So let's say, for example, you weigh 130 pounds. You would eat 130 grams of protein every day if you want to build muscle. If you weigh 150 pounds, then you would eat 150 grams every day if you want to build muscle. Myself, right now, I currently weigh 180 pounds. So if I want to start putting on muscle, I would eat 180 grams of protein. Simple, right? Sounds super easy. That's really all it is. The other thing is to focus on nutrient-dense foods. You could build muscle eating junk food and crap, but I promise you it's not worth it. You're going to feel super lethargic. You're going to feel lazy. You're not going to want to go to the gym. Plus, your training in the gym is not going to be as effective compared to if you were eating actual good food for you. So, quick tip that I like to give all my clients is that whenever you go grocery shopping, just stick to the outside aisles of the grocery store. And that'll make it easy because the outside aisles of the grocery store is typically where you can find like the deli, your seafood, your veggies, your fruit. And it's pretty much where you can find all the whole foods like your dairy. So just stick to that and make it easier. Everything on the inside aisles of the grocery store is typically like junk food and all your processed food. So if you just avoid those aisles and you shop on the outside, it makes it way easier. So basically, I don't really want to talk about these. I'll just give you another tip here is you can prioritize liquid calories. By prioritizing liquid calories, you don't really have to eat as much because you're physically not even chewing. So if you're someone who struggles to get in your calories every day, a tip that I tell my clients is to drink your food rather than eat it because it's a little bit easier on the stomach. It digests easier and you kind of trick your mind into not being full because if you eat if you eat a 2,000 calorie meal, like it's a lot of food typically, like it's going to take a while. It's going to take a minute for you to eat all that food. But if you drink it, you can get that down in, 10, 15 minutes of just sporadically like drinking it on and off. And, it'll go down the hatch way easier. Also meal prep high calorie staples. So, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, make a bunch of those. Those are super high calorie. Have snacks on the side as much as you can, like make little snack baggies of like peanuts and almonds and stuff like that you can take to work, take to school, wherever you go. And those are high calorie too. It's a good way to snack on food. Meal prep like rice, potatoes, cook a big batch of that at a time. That way, whenever you need it, you don't have to worry about cooking because you already got food cooked. You can just go to the kitchen, heat it up, and eat it. That's another thing too. Let's go into step number 2. Try to keep this quick for the rest of the video for you guys. I don't want the video to be too long, but checklist item number 2 is progressive overload training. This one is really important as well too. Basically, you need to constantly challenge your muscles And you can do that by mastering compound lifts and using a systemic progression. Basically, if you don't challenge your muscles hard enough, they're not going to grow. So you need to make sure every time you go to the gym, you're trying to either get stronger, do more reps, do more weights, do more sets, or shorten your rest period between sets, or have better form and technique, or focus on longer time under tension for your lifts. How do you track progressive overload? You can track every workout by using either like a notepad. You can go old school, write it on paper, or you can do it on a phone, or like using an app. The app I use right now is Boost Camp. You guys can look that up. It's free, works super well. But basically, yeah, for progressive overload, you either want to add weights, reps, every single session as much as you can. Now, as a natural, there's gonna be times where you can't physically do any more than you can last week, but to your best of your ability, each time you go to the gym, you want to get stronger and try to be stronger than you were last week. But don't try to do that by implementing sloppy form. Your form needs to be absolutely perfect when you're trying to get stronger. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and your reps are being wasted. My gains exploded when I focused on beating my last workout. This is a personal story for me. Like literally, when I first started training, I used to just go into the gym and lift, get a pump in, but I was doing the same weights every single time. And I would get a pump in, but I wasn't actually getting stronger. So once I started focusing on getting stronger between workouts, that's when my gains started to shoot up. I've had clients do the exact same thing by just adding a small amount as 2.5 pounds weekly. So imagine just adding, you do a bench press, you add a 2.5 plate to both sides, you just added 5 pounds. That's great. Next week, you do the same thing, add another 2.5 on each side, you added another 5 pounds. Basically, try to get stronger each time you work out. Number 3, optimize recovery and mindset. These ones are pretty easy, but a lot of people forget about them. Make sure you're getting quality sleep. So I don't just mean get lots of sleep. I mean try to get quality sleep. So try to be asleep the entire time if you can. So how do you do that? Well, typically you try to avoid distractions. Like try not to have the TV on. Try to have it as quiet as possible, as dark as possible, as cold as possible. That way you can sleep through the entire night. Hopefully, ideally without waking up. Another thing is to manage your stress, because the more stressed your body is, the harder time it's going to have trying to rebuild and repair your muscle from training. Focus on discipline over motivation. So what I'm trying to say here is that there's going to be days where you don't feel like going to the gym. Rather than trying to rely on motivation, just try to build your discipline and go every single day no matter what. That way, going to the gym becomes a habit and it becomes easy. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. 7 is like, okay, it's like the bare minimum. Ideally, try to get at least 8 every single night. If you can get more than 8, that's perfect. Like my wife gets like 10, 11 every single night. I don't know how, but she's super good at sleeping. Try to get at least 8 every single night. Get more if you can, though. Another thing is to prioritize deloads. This is kind of a little bit of a more advanced technique. But once you've been lifting for a few months, maybe a few years, you'll get to the point where deloads are super beneficial and super good for your training. What it is basically you take like a week off, like a whole week off, like pretty much don't do any type of training in the gym rather, but you can still like walk, maybe play sports, but avoid the weights for an entire week. And the point, like the idea is that you give your entire body, all your muscles a whole week to fully recover and like have no training at all. And the idea is that when you come back, you'll be even stronger than the week prior when you left. I've done deloads and they work every single time as long as you're training hard previously. But I've done deloads and it's worked so good to the point that like I've come back from a deload and hit PRs like the first day back. But like I said, you need to make sure you're training hard enough in the first place for deloads to actually be effective. If you're not even training and you take a deload week off, like you're basically just being lazy and you're just taking a week off. So those are the 3 things. Those are the 3 checklist items we went over. Quick recap. We went over nutrition. We went over applying progressive overload. And we went over optimized recovery and mindset. It's kind of a lot of info. But if you guys are looking for more, if you're a young, natural, skinny guy trying to build drug-free muscle, I offer a complete program that is literally designed and built for you. I'll say that one more time. This program is literally designed for young, natural, skinny guys to build drug-free muscle. So if that sounds like you, feel free to check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. Totally free for you to check out. It doesn't hurt. But yeah, no, I think that's the end of the video. So good job. Peace out. See you guys in the next one. See you later.